It was a quiet Tuesday afternoon at the clinic when a local farmer walked in, looking completely baffled. He sat down, leaned over the counter, and whispered, "Doc, my cows are sleeping standing up. But yesterday, I saw one lying down, twitching and making sounds like it was chasing a ghost in its sleep. Is my herd losing its mind?" I smiled, patted Haki on the head, and told him that his cows weren't crazy at all. In fact, he had just witnessed one of the most fascinating, yet poorly understood, mysteries of the animal kingdom. A biological puzzle that bridges the gap between deep evolutionary survival and the secret world of animal dreams. You see, almost everyone knows that horses and cows can sleep while standing on their feet. It's a classic country image. But here's the catch that leaves even some farmers scratching their heads. A cow can rest its body while standing, but it is physically impossible for a cow to dream unless it lies down on the ground. Why would nature create a creature that requires two completely different postures just to get a good night's rest? What happens inside their massive brains when they finally drop to the dirt? To truly understand this bizarre phenomenon, Haki and I had to look beyond the surface of the farm. What we discovered wasn't just a simple quirk of farm animals. It was a life-or-death evolutionary strategy, combined with a hidden neurological lock that controls the minds of heavy mammals. And the secret behind it changes everything we thought we knew about how animals experience the world when their eyes are closed. To begin solving this, I decided to observe my own companion. Later that evening, Haki stretched out on his favorite rug by the fireplace. Within 20 minutes, his breathing slowed, his whiskers began to twitch, and his paws started paddling softly, as if he were chasing a rabbit through a distant forest. What Haki was experiencing is called REM sleep, rapid eye movement, the exact stage where vivid dreaming occurs. In dogs and humans, a part of the brain called the pons sends a signal to completely paralyze the heavy muscles. This prevents Haki from actually getting up and running into the walls while dreaming. But here is where the mystery deepens. If muscle paralysis is mandatory for dreaming, what happens to an animal that weighs over 1,400 pounds? If a giant cow experienced total muscle paralysis while standing up on its hooves, the result would be catastrophic collapse. But how do they avoid it? To find the answer, Haki and I had to travel back thousands of years in evolutionary history. Long before they were protected by farm fences and barns, the ancestors of modern cattle, the ancient aurochs, roamed open, perilous grasslands, surrounded by swift and deadly predators like wolves and big cats. In the wild, lying down on the ground is an extreme vulnerability. For a heavy prey animal, getting up from the dirt takes several seconds of clumsy, intense effort. In a world where a predator can strike in the blink of an eye, those few seconds mean the absolute difference between life and death. So evolution provided them with a brilliant anatomical cheat code called the stay apparatus. This is a specialized system of tendons and ligaments in their legs that locks their joints into place automatically. It allows a cow to completely relax its muscles and sleep deeply while standing, without using any active energy. But this evolutionary miracle came with a strict biological price tag. While the stay apparatus can support a resting mind, it cannot bypass the fundamental law of the mammalian brain. Which brings us to the core conflict. What happens when the urge to dream overrides the instinct to stay standing? Neurological science tells us that mammalian sleep is divided into different stages. Cows can achieve NREM, non-rapid eye movement sleep, while standing. During this light sleep, their minds rest, their bodies recover, and they can even continue to process and chew food using their unique ruminant stomach system. However, scientific studies using electroencephalograms, EEGs, on cattle have proven that true REM sleep requires absolute muscle atonia, meaning all skeletal muscle tone drops to zero. If a standing cow enters REM sleep, its knees would immediately buckle, and it would crash heavily to the ground. Therefore, a cow must make a conscious choice to lie down when it needs to experience deep, dreaming sleep. While they stand for about 6 to 8 hours of light rest per day, they will actively seek out a safe, dry, and comfortable spot to lie down for about 30 to 45 minutes of vital REM sleep. What exactly do cows dream about? While we cannot read their minds directly, current scientific hypotheses suggest that, like dogs and humans, they process their daily memories. They might be dreaming of lush, endless green pastures, the warmth of the sun, or social interactions within their herd. As a veterinarian, this is where my job becomes critical. Because REM sleep requires lying down, a cow's environment is directly tied to its mental and physical health. If a pasture is dangerously muddy, overcrowded, or if a cow is suffering from severe joint pain, it will refuse to lie down out of fear. When a cow is deprived of a safe space to lie down, it suffers from severe sleep deprivation. Over time, this leads to a dangerous condition known as sleep collapse. The exhausted animal will involuntarily drop into REM sleep while standing, causing sudden falls, broken bones, and severe trauma. Furthermore, severe underlying diseases such as laminitis, a painful inflammation of the hoof, or advanced osteoarthritis can trap a cow in a vicious cycle. The pain makes it too difficult to stand back up, so they stay standing until their brains literally force them to collapse from exhaustion. The next time you drive past a countryside farm and see a herd of cattle lying peacefully in the grass, you aren't just looking at lazy animals. You are witnessing a beautiful, hard-won moment of absolute trust and evolutionary peace. They have found a space safe enough to let their guard down and dream. I shared these insights with the farmer, and he left the clinic with a newfound respect for his herd. He promised to give them the cleanest, softest bedding possible. Because every creature on this earth, no matter how large or wild, deserves a safe place to chase their own dreams. If you want to uncover more hidden mysteries of the animal world through the eyes of science, make sure to follow Haki and me on our next investigation. Hit that subscribe button and leave a comment below. What animal mystery should we solve next? Until next time, keep looking closer.